let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, we've got Mike here with me tonight. Kind of missing Bill again, but we're looking forward to getting him back down here with us as soon as things get worked out. He's been spending a lot of time up there with Miss Polly, Mike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we understand that. Still, we miss him, but we know he's watching. All right, better say hello to Dad and Bill, Polly.
Gay and Jerry?
Gay and Jerry. I think Gay's back in Nashville right now, fixing to return back to Clanton there just any day. So, Mike, you've talked to Bill in the last few days. What's going on?
Well, he said he got all the leaves out of his yard and got them down there so he could go fishing. And he said he hoped the wind didn't come through and blow them all back up in the yard again.
Yeah, I heard that.
But other than that, he said as soon as I could find the time to go, he'd be ready to go.
That sounds like a plan to me, Mike.
So we may
sure does.
get a couple of minnows and go down and try to catch a crappie.
Mm-hmm. I talked to Tony Gallagher yesterday. It's this morning. Talked to him.
Yeah.
And he tried to go last Saturday or something there and got down there and had a solenoid bad and couldn't get his motor to crank, so he just come back home, put another solenoid on it, and anyway, he decided to just wait.
Just wait, yeah.
Yeah, just wait and go another day, he said. So maybe he said, talked like he's going to try to go this weekend if the weather would cooperate.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see how that works out. So maybe he'll get a chance to get down there and see what the crappie's doing. The water level on Watts Bar the last week or two has changed. We had all that rain that weekend we were at Dale Holler, and it filled Watts Bar back up.
Yeah.
And boy told me it worked.
About to get it back down.
What was it he said? I was talking to him yesterday, and he lives down in Spring City, and he goes over there and fishes for him walleye, Mike.
Yeah.
Early of the morning. And so he says that the males that's up there right now, catching a few of them, but the females hadn't moved up there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to keep me posted. But you got to get up early, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get up early. Them boys will go down there, they'll be there at 3 o'clock in the morning, fish till about 6, and then come on in to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, 40 years ago, you wouldn't have thought nothing about that.
I stayed up all night after.
Yeah, you just stayed up all night and then went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Slept on the way home in the bottom of the boat.
Yeah.
While I was driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you've done that before several times. But yeah, that's what they do, Mike. They go in there early in the morning and fishing off the bank, catch them a limit of walleye, and then put them on ice and come on into work.
Mm.
Pretty good little gig.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you that right now. That's what he told me. And he said he was down there this past week, one morning early, said they had 6 or 8 spillways open, pouring the water out,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get it back down. So, but yeah, I'm gonna, he's working right there with me, and I'm gonna have to stay in close contact with him and find out what the status is of all that.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes on that situation. Folks do remember our sponsors, and phone's working as far as I know, Mike.
Yeah, Mike fell down there a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I can get Sherry to call the number and make sure it's working, because I don't see as many lights on it as we usually do. Maybe she'll give us a buzz over here on that 483. What is it? 180. Let's see. 1283. Or 1228, something like that. I can't even remember it myself. What is the number, Dylan? 8112, 8112. Okay. Maybe she'll call it in there and we'll check the phone out. All righty. Folks do remember our sponsors. Basically, there's no basic about it. We can't do the show without them. And, told y'all last week, this may be the last month of the show. We're gonna keep working and trying to get things worked out where we can continue. Hopefully that'll work out. But we'll let you know next week how we're doing. What's going on with that, and hopefully we can continue. That's the thing. Let's see, Mike.
Bill did tell me that they had a tournament down there at Dale Holler, and said they was 5 smallmouth weighed in over 21 inches. And said one of his buddies had one that just almost made 21 inches. It was over 5 pounds, I think he said.
Yeah.
So there's some nice fish being caught down there. That's for sure. I think he said there's 11 pounds the day in the half tournament or something like that. 11 pound one or something. But I think it might have been an all smallmouth tournament or something.
Well, I thought the deal was down there you could have one in that slot limit,
Yeah,
and then one over 21.
yeah.
So
It didn't go back to 18 or something.
not that I know of, not down there.
Okay.
North fluctuates theirs
Yeah.
18 to 21 in the summertime, and one per person. And then right now up there you can have 5
Yeah.
18 inches.
I think he said a little over 11 pound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One whole day and then a half a day deal there.
Yeah. This guy I work with, he was on Norse week 4 last, and he's a rock fisherman, good guy. He just loves to fish for them rockfish, and he had in about 6 hours there, he had a bear in front of Lakeview, towards 33 there. I shook his, how many was it? He said he caught, you only keep 2 of them, but he caught several. He said he'd been up there 3 or 4 hours and hadn't had a bite, and just seen his graph just lit up. He said every rod I had in the water had a dang fish on it. And had one of them rockfish on it.
Yeah, run around a big pack like that.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I depth finder just dang fish everywhere. He said, next thing I know, them rods is going zinging and drags cranking off and everything else. He said, shoots, and I had a ball there for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, he caught them there, coming out of Lakeview there on the main channel right in front of the creek mouth there where it dumps in. And so I said, man, that sounds good. I wish you'd call them off.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for
Oh, Lordy.
We'll get back to Dale Holler, and when we was down there, Steve wanted me to bring this back over and show you again what we was throwing the other week when we was down there.
Yeah.
And, do nothing bait there.
Yeah.
It's a I was fishing mostly at 3/16 head. That there ain't quite 3/16, but they got several different size heads that they put out with that bait. And that's the first time I'd ever tried to fish one of them.
And me too.
Took a while to figure out how to use it, but just throw it out there and catch them.
Yeah, that's why they call it Ned.
Yeah.
You know? Ned the first reader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. That's what the deal is there. You just, these heads Mike's got there is one that I'd cut it was a pointed head, and I went to cutting the dang lead off of it and throwed it back, and done several of them, and throwed it back in the box. And I don't know how much, if it's an 1/8 ounce or 3/16 or whatever. But it's
3/16.
It's not very heavy.
Mm-mm.
And but when you go to the bait store and buy these rigs, in the package they got them. The heads are like a 1/10 of an ounce, and then 2/10 of an ounce, and on up like that. That's the way they got. And that's 1/10 of an ounce is not much, Mike.
No.
When we're fishing floating flies and that kind of thing, we're down to 1/8 and 1/64 and 1/32 and on down. I mean, it just keeps going on down, to where basically there ain't nothing there hardly.
No.
And but yeah, it's if you can do that. And a guy told me, he said you think you done pretty good. He asked me what kind of line, what size line we was fishing with, and I said, well, I'm throwing it on 6 pound.
Yep.
And he said, actually, if you go to that 4 pound test, said you probably hold on to more fish. I kept telling him about how they're jumping off. You think you had one hooked, and shucks, he'd come out there and jump up and throw you bait. And he said, yeah. He said you might. So I believe you'll catch more fish with that 4 pound than you will with the 6.
You think it's got more stretch to it or
I
something?
don't know. I guess maybe they might swallow it a little deeper, but we lost several fish throwing that thing, but I had my drag backed off pretty good, and but you never felt. There was only 2 bites down there that I felt.
Yeah, that's true.
They'd just be loaded up on the rod. You wouldn't feel that tick or that bump or whatever you want to call it. You'd just be picking your rod up, and then you set it down, and then you'd go to pick it up, and it'd be heavy.
That offshore fisherman down there in Florida, there was a guide, and he's talking about them marlins and stuff down there that they catch, and he said when one comes up out of the water, instead of pulling on him, said you got to bow to him, drop your rod down and let him shake his head where he can't throw the bait out. Now, I don't know if that'd work down here on him or not, but that's the way they believe in down there.
Yeah.
And, I was always taught to pull him as hard as you could to keep him from throwing it, keep a tight line on him. But,
yeah. Well, that's true, Mike. That's a fact.
Different people's got different strokes, I guess.
Yeah.
On how to do things.
Well, I don't know. But we did lose a few fish, and we boated several also. But, shucks, you hate to lose them after you finally, you get a bite on one, you don't want to lose them. Trying to get him in. But not feeling, when we were down there last year, we took a couple of trips there. That one trip we caught them on crankbaits and shallow stuff because the water was muddy. And then the other trip we caught them out there 28, 30 foot in that dang, on a little old gallon chartreuse hair fly and that little old 2.8 swim bait.
Yeah.
And just, had a ball, caught a lot of fish on it. And especially the little swim bait. And when you're catching them and you run out of baits and you go to town looking for them, it don't matter how far you have to drive, Mike, to find them.
No, not
You know?
usually.
Yeah, whether it's 10, 15 miles or 50.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I gotta have right here. Let's go
Yeah.
find it, you know?
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
but that's, yeah, but like I said, that little old swim bait worked really well down there last year. And during the one trip we had, and we went to town, bought several, and then came home, bought several more bags. And so that's the deal right there. Just finding out what they'll bite. But they hit that little old Ned rig, but I tell you what, you don't feel much of a strike.
Mm-mm.
It just loads up and that's it.
That's right. Not sure when you feel it whether it's hung or not.
Yeah, that's a fact. All righty, Dylan, we'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll show Mike's crappie film. All right, folks, stand by. We'll be back shortly. Okay, folks, welcome to the Edgemoor Outdoors. I'm over here with Vance and Jim today. They've had several customers in. Just to give you a little idea of the whole shop. You guys have seen it. You know what's in here. I mean, it's, you know, everything that you're looking for. And then just keep getting all the new stuff in. So we're going to get over here to the counter and visit with Vance. He's been making a list. Okay, folks, welcome to the Edgemoor Outdoors. I'm over here with Vance and Jim today. They've had several customers in. Just to give you a little idea of the whole shop. You guys have seen it. You know what's in here. I mean, it's, you know, everything that you're looking for. And then just keep getting all the new stuff in. So we're going to get over here to the counter and visit with Vance. He's been making a list. And we got a bunch of reels up on the cabinet, and we're going to take a look at that. You know, everything in the world in here, fishing lures, lines, plastics, sunglasses, all kinds of baits, swim baits, jigs, spinner baits, plugs, rods, reels, boat saver. I mean, it's all here. So come by and see Edgemoor. We'll get over here and see what Vance has got us here on the counter. All right, folks, I'm here with Vance behind the counter. Vance, what you got laid up here for us, bud?
What we got here is some newer Daiwa spinning reels and a Daiwa Tatula CT bait caster.
Uh-huh.
And then we also got a newer Lew's bait caster here. It's a Tournament Pro.
Yeah.
We got some new Dixie Custom feather stick rods here.
So now, you've been bragging about that rod a whole lot. Let's hear about it.
Well, this rod's a little bit lighter than the other models. It's also, the blank is made thinner, and
Yeah.
instead of just red foam, it's got actual red wind grips on there for it.
Uh-huh.
So that's a real nice rod there.
Well, I picked it up. I sure did like it. It is light
Yeah.
about that, and it's got some good backbone to it to be that light. So that's a plus. Now, what about these two reels right here,
You got
Lance?
a Daiwa Revros here, that's $49.99,
Mm-hmm.
and a Daiwa Exceller here, $79.99.
And, well, I tell you what, they sure feel smooth
Yeah,
to me.
they're light, they're smooth. It's a real good quality reel for the money there.
Okay.
We also got Mega Bass. Got
Yeah.
all that in here.
Got some mega bass
Got
and
Mega Bass. Yep. We got some new braid, different kinds of braid that is fluorescent.
yeah.
Glows under high vis.
Okay.
Got the Tokyo rigs. Got new VMC Nico shroom weights.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, folks, get by here to see Edgemoor Outdoors. Jim or Vance will be here. Got live bait, night crawlers. I mean, you know, hey, if we don't have it here, you don't need it. So get by here and visit with Edgemoor Outdoors. You know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturday. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The date, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. All right, folks, we're back, and Mike, I wanted to tell everybody that Edgemoor Outdoors has, like a gift card.
Yeah, Christmas card deal there, yeah.
Yeah, you can go over there and the amount you want to pay, and they'll write you a receipt, and you take it and put it in an envelope and give it to your husband or whatever, and
Yeah.
they can go over and redeem it and get what they want.
Yeah, let them pick out what they want.
Let them pick out what they want. That's a fact. It's
A lot of them that don't know what to get and what they want, so, you know,
Yeah.
the card's the best way to go.
Yeah, sure is. I've had 2 or 3 of them from Wesley and Eric and Christy. You know, they
Yeah.
get me one there about every year, and it comes in handy, especially when I got Wesley with me. He wants to spend it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure does.
Here, Peppo, you need this.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Shucks,
yeah, you
Lord.
get it and I'll fish with it.
Yeah, but yeah, I do remember that there at Edgemoor. They've got the gift cards. Just have to ask Jill or Vance about it there behind the counter. They'll fix you right up and wrap that card up, and they can go over and get whatever, your husband or whoever you're giving it to, and go over and get whatever they want, you know.
Yeah.
So,
You bow hunter, they can fix you right up
yeah.
with it too.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just whatever's in the store, they can fix you up with a gift card and the amount that you want, you know. And that's a great Christmas present, Mike.
It sure is.
All righty. Let's see. Tim's Tires. Next week, I'll have their schedule along with the rest of the sponsors of what days they're planning on being open and closed through the holidays. We'll have that next Thursday night. Make me a little note of that.
Mm-hmm.
And days closed for holidays. Okay. So we'll get that information to you there next week. And that way you won't be making a drive trip.
That's
You
right.
know, Mike,
That's right.
driving for nothing,
Mhm.
and get over there and they'd be closed, that kind of thing. Don't forget bad weather is upon us. If you need a set of tires, get a hold of Tim's Tires down there. And you know, you're just not going to beat their price. Bottom line, it just doesn't work that way. So if you're looking for a set of tires, it'll be a good Christmas present. Mike,
It sure would. Sure would.
you know you got to have some. Winter's upon us. We could have another day like yesterday, just any time.
That's for sure.
Dang it, Mike! If it hadn't have been Well, I thought, that moon was shining the other night so bright, I thought, man, alive, I'd sure like to have been up there fishing on my way to work.
Yeah.
But anyway, do remember that about Edgemoor and Tim's Tires. And I'm sure Reynolds Racing will have a bunch of Christmas sales going on down there, that kind of thing. Want to remember them. But Mike, let's get back to the crappie fishing.
Well, I got to go down and fish down the middle of the river down there again, and done fairly good. I brought 10 home, and had a couple of firefish that got offered up there next to the boat, and caught, 8 or 10 more that was too small.
Yeah.
Didn't even put them on camera. They was so dang little. And caught, I think, 2 or 3 good bluegill stuff. But the ones I caught seemed like 25 to 35 in that range there. The best one I caught was probably about 34 foot, and it was a good 15 inch or better. And of course I caught a lot of small ones up there around that 25 foot mark, and I didn't find any shallower than that. The water temperature was about 50 to start off with when I got there, and it got out there on the channel and picked up a degree or so there and stuff, but it seemed like the water had a little bit of color to it too. But I think they're starting to make their move out, and I still hadn't heard of anybody really catching any trolling or anything like that, like they normally would in the fall of the year there. That it ain't happened this year. For some reason or other, they just ain't come up, like they normally do, and everybody catching them and standing on the bank or fishing brush tops in there 6-8 foot deep or something like that. That just ain't happened that I know of. At least I hadn't seen anybody catch them. I've seen a bunch of them trying to catch them like that, but hadn't seen nobody catch them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to show you what I caught my fish on, but I didn't have but one minnow left, and I couldn't catch him.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike,
Them
that's
chartreuse minnows is hard to get a hold of.
Yeah. You just keep him to the next trip.
Yeah. All right, Dylan, we'll go ahead and show what little bit of film I got. Okay, folks. I'm back down here at Watch Bar. Got a little different rig up for my camera there. Hopefully it'll do a little bit better job of filming there. We'll try it for a little while and see, but anyway, water temperature's 50 degrees. Put in down here at Maple Grove. We'll get out here and see if I can figure out where these crappies at. See if they're still where I left them. The lake come all the way up. Now it's headed back down again. Got it down 3 or 4 foot. So anyway, we got a minnow on, got a rig ready here. We're gonna see if we can get out here and find something. Most important thing is remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. All right, we got one on here. Oh yeah, he's pulling. Oh yeah. Hi, buddy. Yeah. About 28, 30 foot deep. And it's suspended there. We'll check him out and see if he's big enough. If he ain't, we'll throw him back. Yeah, we'll put him in the box. All right, got hooked up here on another one. Like a fairly decent crappie. Yeah, he'll keep. All right. He's down there about 30 foot. Anyway, we'll stay after him, see if we can get another minnow in here. Get him on the hook and get back after him. Hang with us. Drop right back down there and get another one. Oh, yeah, he's pulling good, too. Watch him go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another good one. Okay. Yes, sir. That's just what we're looking for. Come on here, big boy. Yeah. Like another nice one there. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yes, that's what we like, girl. All right, we'll get him in the box and see if we can get enough. All right. Come on up out there, big boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're gonna be close. Measure him and see, anyway. It's 5 out there. We'll check him out and see what he thinks is. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it. That's 5 out of it. Please. We'll get back up. All right. See if there's any more of them down there. All right, folks. Yeah. I finally found one out there. I've been struggling here trying to find a good crappie. Catch a few stripe. Hard to find some, but that's a nice one. Get him in the box. See if we can find some more. Back down. Oh, that son of a gun just come off. Had to go. All right, we can hang on to this and see what we got here. There's a stripe there. Got this time, it feels pretty good. Whatever it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's all right there. All right. Yeah. We take a bunch of them. All right. See what we got here. Oh yeah. That's the kind we're looking for right there. My goodness gracious. Yes. That's the kind we're looking for. A 34 foot. Up here. Got pretty slow here. I didn't get another one. Pretty good little crappie. see if we can find another one maybe. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get. Oh yeah. Yeah, let me just. See if we can get another one. Yeah. Have that going. That's one. They're getting smaller. All right, there's another. And I'm telling you, they're getting littler and littler all the time.
All right, Mike, give us the lowdown. What's going on?
Like I say, I caught some out there on the channel, most of them out there on the channel, and caught a few back there in the holler a little bit, and, but they seemed like they were smaller than the ones I got off the channel out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they wasn't quite as deep. They was like somewhere on that 25 foot to 30 foot range, and some of the better ones I caught was more on the 30 to 35 foot range and stuff. But yeah, they was. I'd done a lot of searching around, looking and stuff. But, I probably should have stayed more on the structure that I knowed was there instead of trying to hunt more. But I like to do that too, you know, kind of idle around and check and try to find something different all the time. Yeah, there was some good crappie there. That one especially that caught there, it was a little over 15 inches, so it was nice. Them bellies was bulged out on most of them. They've been eating good, and there's places there when I come back in the holler that you couldn't even read the bottom for the minnows, and the gulls was in there. I mean, just wearing them out and stuff. They just so many minnows down there, it's unbelievable. Times I just wonder how in the world you could even get a fish to bite with as many minnows as they've got to eat down there.
Yeah.
They sure can't be hungry.
I heard that, Mike.
You got to be hitting for being mad at it or something. I don't know what it is. But, they just can't stand them little old minnows with all the shad they got to eat. For some reason or other, they still got to try to eat it. Anyway, we hope to try to get back down there after them and see what's going on this weekend.
Yeah, the lake should be settled back down a little bit. But they're predicting some more rain in here this weekend. Just have to wait and see, Mike. It's just that time of year.
That time of year, too. See,
sure is.
if you don't want to get wet, you stay at the house and get your rain suit on and go after them. That's when we caught all them Dale Holler when it was doing the rain.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact. No doubt about it. Bill had a pretty good Friday. You and Bill had a pretty decent day, and I think he voted 10 or 11 fish there. Wasn't too bad a day, Then there on Saturday, I think we had 19 in the boat, and about 5 got off, pulled up, jumped and got off or something.
Yeah.
Pretty decent. Nothing to snag about for sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, IUOE, Mike.
Yes.
Got their Christmas dinner.
Got our Christmas dinner Saturday.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Yeah, sure do.
Go over and eat a big dinner and socialize with some of our friends and stuff that we work with, and have worked with over the years. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
They get a few of them pick up their pens and stuff, depending on how many years they've been in the local. 20, 25, 30, 40 years. I've seen some of them pick up 50-year pens.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right, there was one guy out of Chattanooga down there that told me over there at 1 year, I think he got 65 or 70-year pen. Said he took the first scoop of dirt out down there when they was building Chickamauga Dam.
Yeah. Well,
Been in there a long time.
been in there a long time too, Mike. Sure had. That's a fact. You know, I know we know that they're doing some lock repair down there at Chickamauga.
Yeah.
Don't know. Have to get down there and, you know, that's not a bad place to be fishing this time of year.
No, it's not.
So we're not. But anyway.
I think they're making a set of locks there that they can pull barges in there. I think maybe 3 wide and 3 long or something like that, plus the tugboat, and float it all up. You don't have to break them apart to go through. So it's supposed to be a pretty good sized lock from what I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's you don't see barges much, you know, but there's a lot of barge traffic on the rivers. You know?
They are, especially Chattanooga area.
Mm-hmm.
It gets thinner as it comes this way. It's like we used to get quite a bit that come through Milton Hill into Clanton up there.
Yeah.
And, I don't think they get much anymore up that way.
I don't think there's any at all. I know.
Still a lot goes up Tennessee to Knoxville.
Yeah, they do that. You know, there's they used to keep a locksmith there at Milton Hill all the time, but they haven't in years. You know, you have to call if you've got a reason to go through. You have to call and make an appointment.
Yeah.
You know, so they'll have somebody there to let you through. But yeah, it's I mean it's here, but it's just sparse, you know. Type situations, you know. Staley's over there gets a lot, and that kind of thing. So and then on into Knoxville there for sure. All righty. Let's see, Mike.
Yeah, we used to ship a lot of coal and pulpwood and everything out of Watch Bar, Rockwood area down through there in Piney.
Yeah,
That's
sure
all,
did.
Stuff come out of it down there.
Yeah.
Ain't much going out there anymore.
No, not anything at all. They've shut them all down. There's nothing going. But we still see a few, you know, the ones that are using them, you know, shipping stuff, you know. They bring them up, I think, is it 2 or 3 long? They can get in Loudon and then have to bring them up and push them. Or maybe 2 barges in the tug, and they push them over there above the dam, tie them up to the piers, and go back and get 2 more.
Yeah.
Sure do. All righty. Let's see what else we got going on here, Mike, for the start of the year here. We talked a little bit the other week, a couple of weeks ago, about wearing your life jacket and that kind of thing. You know, water's cooling off down in mid-50s.
Yeah, it's in the low 50s.
Low 50s. So, you know, that's a pretty good shock.
Yeah, it sure is.
And then whenever it gets on into the low 40s, that's even worse. So you do want to be careful out there and you know, keep your life jacket on. Mike and I, we don't practice what we preach a whole lot, because if we're together, you know, we're thinking if one of us fall in, the other one's going to get us rescued, you know.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there with somebody or whatever, or by yourself, do wear your life jacket. because in rainy conditions, the side of your boat will get slick. You step up on the side of it, or leave a lid open, step in it. You're thrown out in the water. Trip over a rod and reel, you usually wind up in the water. So just remember those things, make sure everybody's safe, and making a bad situation go good. If you got your life jacket on and you get back in the boat.
Yes, sir.
If you do wind up in the water. I mentioned some friends of mine. They a couple of different ones. They had the lace-up boots, and they went to the slip-on boots, just for the simple fact if you can kick them off your feet if you were to wind up in the water. I don't know that I could swim with a big old pair of them boots on, Mike. Probably not.
Ain't never tried it.
No, I don't want to have to try it either.
That's me. Yeah.
And I fell in twice, and fortunately it was in the warmer water,
Yeah.
for sure. And I was with Rick Whitson, and he and I were fishing. I think is it Morristown Marine Tournament or something there. His partner had backed out, and he called me and asked me to go with him. And I said, yeah, I'll go. I'll fish with you. We got down there fishing, and I stepped up on the back. I was on the back of the boat and got right close to the gunnel there, and I didn't pay any attention. Here come a boat, headed up the lake or down the water, down the lake, and next thing I know, I was in the water. And he didn't. He said, what happened? I said, get my rod. And I was trying to stick that rod tip up there where you could get a hold of it. And every time So anyway, I got back in the boat, and I said, heck, I don't know. All I know is I didn't know that, wasn't paying attention to them waves coming, and both of us standing up on one side of the boat. It's kind of tilted a little bit, and
Yeah.
I was in the water, and just had my cell phone in my pocket and everything else. So anyway, you don't want to do that in cold weather, folks. That's a fact. 75-degree water, 80-degree water is not no big deal, but when it's down in the low 50s and mid 40s and that kind of stuff, it just not a good thing to do.
No, it's sure not.
So,
Sure not.
You want to make sure you prepare for that situation and keep your life jacket on, that kind of thing, because the wind and stepping on something or whatever, like I said a minute ago, can really be something simple but throw you right out in the water.
I've heard some of them say it's always good to keep an extra set of clothes with you too, in case something does happen. Things get wet,
Yeah.
You ain't gonna freeze to death, especially if you run down the lake any distance or up the lake or whatever, away from where you put in at, and you got to travel all the way back to where you can get to the vehicle and crank it up and get things warmed up. And you can really get cold in a hurry after you get wet like that now, trying to run in the boat.
No doubt about it, Mike. That's a fact. What the heck? That few years back there when Wesley fell into he didn't get all the way under, but he had a pair of coveralls on and old brown ducks on, and he was wet, and got him back up in the boat and went to jerking that stuff off, and I just put up the rods and we went towards the truck, but he didn't have a rain suit on because it wasn't raining. But I grabbed the rain suit out of my storage box there and went to throwing, made him get his wet clothes off the shirt and stuff, and dried him off there, and put that rain suit on and the top, and we went on to the truck.
Yeah.
But it was just one of them splash deals with heads underwater, and got him back up before he knew what was happening. Yeah.
He's a little bit bigger now, I
Yeah,
think.
he's a little bit bigger now. It'd be hard to get him up that quick. For sure, might have to drag him over to the bank and let him walk in and get back in the boat, right now. But anyway, folks, 10 minutes. Folks, do remember Reynolds Racing and Marine. They've still got the new bullets down there, and a couple of Allisons. They what we kind of told you about last week, and as far as I know right now, they've still got that Stratus down there that Glenn's so high on. It looks so good. Looks like a new one. He said it's hard. You can't find a scratch on it. So if you're looking for that starter boat, that'd be a good one to start with. And all that kind of stuff. So we do remember them. If you got any boating needs or whatever, don't forget to check with them there at Reynolds Racing and Marine.
You're going to go aluminum, he's got it.
There ain't no two ways about it. That Express,
That's number one in my book.
yeah, they, Mike, here recently I've noticed on a lot of these upper channels and stuff, they have these, the mud bugs and all that stuff on there, and a couple of more people that's run those Express boats that's on the TV on the weekends and that kind of thing. So there's nothing wrong with them, I'll tell you that, what
No,
I've seen.
no.
I mean, they just well-built, tough, strong boats, and got some good features about anything that you'd be interested in.
That's for sure.
If that's
Good looking boat too.
They are. They really are. They got that the catfish boat, they call it, and then they got the duck hunter special, they call it, and that kind of thing. So do remember them. Also, Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies down there in Oliver Springs. Don't want to forget about them. It's kind of getting into that season, looking for the candy and what have you there this time of year. And then next thing you know, it'll be February, Mike, and Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Yeah, so, but do remember Pamela Ann's there in Oliver Springs. And Reynolds Racing, Tim's Tires, Edgemoor Outdoors, and IUOE. Want to make sure we remember those fine folks that's sponsoring the show. Mike, say you think you might get a chance to go back?
I'm going to try to.
Well, I think we're scheduled for Saturday and Sunday both. We've got a concrete pour they're going to make Sunday, folks. They're going to, we try to get ahead of the weather, and want to get as much done between now and holidays as possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to pour that concrete in this type of year, but we always manage to get it done. So,
That's right.
got concrete to pour Sunday, so I don't know that I'd get a chance to go, Mike.
Yeah.
But looking forward to the holidays because we
Yeah.
might get a day or two off.
I feel bad for you, I tell you. I
Do
do.
you? I figured you did. I really did. All right, folks, listen, do remember to be safe on the water, even around the marina or the launch ramp. Be careful with the slick walkways and that kind of stuff. And, we want you to be safe and have a good, enjoyable fishing trip. You crappie fishermen, get out there and get them. You rock fishermen, told you what the guy told me. He caught them the other weekend up there, and he said, after he caught several, that Mike said was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just run up on a school of them.
Right.
I think he caught 17 or 18, had to throw them all back except for 2. And he said, last one that got in said I kept expecting another bite and never got it. So I fooled around there for another hour and never seen the first thing on the electronics.
Should have thrown some dynamite.
Yeah,
in there.
I told him I wished you'd catch them all.
Yeah.
All right, folks. God bless y'all, and we'll see you next week. Be careful. Folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing in the Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages
Right.
plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlight trolling motors that I'm gonna try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And, it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really
Got
is.
the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
That's just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
Oh, there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man, dadgummit,
we've
Glenn.
got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison?
the Allison Color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite, okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the, you can get this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Got a TV screen in the front, Glenn.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
it raises it up, it's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think. And you can raise it up where you can, if you're a tall guy, you can still see
it. Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique. And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's yellow and white, one's yellow and black. This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe Whittle Lake, and it should be coming out pretty soon in the brochure.
Right. All right, folks. I'm here with David Ray, the local business manager here at 917. David, give us a little insight and history on the union.
Okay, Steve, so we actually got started here in 1933, been around a long time. There was a group of individuals from the Norse Dam Project. This is where we actually originated from, was where Local 917 originated from. They felt like they needed a union in that area. They got a hold of the regional director for the International, which had an office in Atlanta at the time. And that's the history of 917. They established it. The work was going on the Norse Dam Project, and they decided they needed a union. Some of the wages back in 1933 to get started out.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.
First of all, we've got